Hey, this is your girl, BB from the streets, bringing you all that tea. Early Tuesday morning, a container ship departing from Baltimore, Maryland, struck the Francis Scott Key Bridge, leading to its collapse. Following the incident, efforts to recover the remains of 6 missing individuals began, with the U.S. and Singaporean authorities confirming the details. Responders from the Baltimore City Fire Department, along with U.S. Coast Guard and various federal teams, have been active in the Patapsco River since approximately 1:40 a.m. after being alerted to the collision between the 948-foot container ship under Singaporean flag named Delhi and the bridge, causing the renowned structure to topple into the river. The vessel had 22 individuals on board who are all accounted for and safe, as reported by the Singaporean officials. Despite extensive search operations, the U.S. Coast Guard and Maryland officials announced a suspension of the search and rescue mission as of 7:30 p.m. due to the deteriorating water conditions and concerns over the safety of the divers involved.
Yeah, well, you begin with that news about the 6 workers. That, of course, has been the presumption out here. The water is cold. It has been a long time, but this is still very much, we're told, a search and rescue mission. The helicopters are still searching. They're not giving up. It is an extraordinary scene. You can take a look back here, and you can see the bridge, the ramp to the bridge. It's a ramp to nowhere now, and then just beyond it, you can see the big girders that made up the bridge. They are down. They're actually lying on that ship, and we can see the stern of the ship and all of those containers there. This is a terrible disaster for Baltimore in so many ways, for the lives that are presumed to be lost, as well as the economy. An extraordinary, terrible day. The webcam video of the crash and collapse seems not real, but it is. You can see the dark outline of the ship approaching, heavily loaded with containers. On the bridge, the blinking amber lights of an 8-member pothole repair crew, and then 2 cars crossing just 10 seconds before calamity. The Francis Scott Key Bridge over the outer Baltimore harbor, crumbling on impact. Responding firefighters not believing what they see.
Be advised, the Key Bridge is gone.
Quickly, 2 people are rescued. One is badly injured, the other uninjured. Baltimore's fire chief calling in search teams from across the region in hopes of finding the rest of the workers believed to have gone down with the bridge.
We are still very much in an active search and rescue posture.
The mayor of Baltimore declaring a state of emergency.
But never would you think that you would physically see the Key Bridge tumble down like that. It looked like something out of an action movie.
The enormity of this disaster fully revealed by daylight. Authorities stressing the focus is on human life, but also reporting that the big container ship headed to Sri Lanka from Baltimore had lost power and the ability to steer. The local pilot and crew on board sending a warning, allowing police to halt traffic on the bridge just in time. The belief is this was an accident caused by a mechanical failure.
I want to be clear that there is no specific or credible information to suggest that there are ties to terrorism in this incident.
The entire Port of Baltimore now closed to ships both inbound and outbound. This vital link in the supply chain broken. Maryland Governor Wes Moore promising an all-out effort to recover, but acknowledging it will take time.
For every single one of us who are Marylanders, the words that the Key Bridge is gone, it still shakes us. Because for 47 years, that's all we've known.
Now, so much going on here. We had a press conference from the NTSB a little bit earlier. They're taking over the official investigation. It was clear that the ship lost power, lost the ability to steer. They got to find out why. They're also going to look into the maintenance records from that ship. We also heard from the United States Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg. He is pledging the full support of the White House and the federal government to get this port reopened. I've been told that the loss, while this is closed and it is entirely blocked, no ships in, no ships out, because that bridge damage is down about $191 million a day. When we get back at 6, we'll talk a little bit more about how that is going to proceed. But they've already started to bring in some office trailers for the engineers and the construction crews that are going to be working here. In Baltimore, Brad Bell, 7 News.
Yeah, so much to consider, so much to be done. Thank you, Brad. Our team coverage now continues with 7 News' Rebecca Turco.
She's live at the Port of Baltimore. And Rebecca, you spoke to a man who says he actually worked with those construction workers who were on the bridge. What did he tell you?
He said that today has been such a hard day. It's so much to wrap around his head. He still can't believe what's happening here. And it's certainly been a busy day for him. And of course, the first responders who are about a mile or so away from us right now, continuing their search and rescue efforts at this point. The road remains blocked. We've seen emergency crews come and go all throughout the day, adding to the efforts that are continuing. And I just caught up a little bit earlier with Baltimore Fire spokesman. He tells me that at this point, again, they are looking for at least 6 people, that it's still search and rescue at this point, but that really it's been fluctuating numbers as well. There could be more people that they're looking for. But what we do know is that at least 8 construction workers were on that bridge when it collapsed very early this morning. Authorities say they recovered 2 people from the water earlier. 1 was not hurt. The other rushed to the hospital in serious condition. That person has since been released. Now, according to the NTSB, the company Bronner Builders Incorporated was working on the bridge, and per the Associated Press, a senior executive at that company says those workers, those 6 workers, are presumed dead given the water's depth and the length of time. Again, officials are still saying it is search and rescue at this point. We caught up with one Bronner construction worker who says it's his friends who were on that bridge this morning, and they're just working to try and support their families.
Here, our families always wait for us in our countries. It's a difficult situation to gather money for the families to send.
Search efforts are expected to continue until sundown. Reporting live in...
I know they mentioned that the ship lost power and the ability to steer the ship, but isn't there any other ways to radio ahead to let people know, like, don't get on the bridge? And I know they said the cops stopped the traffic from going over the bridge, but for the workers that was on the bridge, there's no work truck, or like the workers don't have walkie-talkies to keep in contact with their offices and stuff like that in case anything goes wrong. Hopefully they can learn from this tragedy. The workers maybe would have been able to get off the bridge in time before the ship collided with the bridge. Because when that ship hit that bridge, it just went like a thing of Legos. My heart goes out to the family and friends and loved ones. Hopefully everybody is able to work together and show the love and support that the families and friends need right now. You just never know when your last day will be. Leave a comment below of prayers and well wishes for the families.